Oh, I forgot to mention that if you're listening to this video in English, the voice you hear is generated by artificial intelligence. I'll only be creating videos in Spanish, and then I'll use artificial intelligence to make the English version, since I'm an artificial intelligence developer and I basically apply AI to everything. So, let's continue with the exercises. Hello, friends. How are you? My name is Charlie Talk, and I'll be your guide throughout this tutorial where you'll learn the basic concepts of React and get to work on small projects with it. Afterward, you can continue to practice, take on increasingly larger projects, and maybe create your own website, a portfolio, or whatever you wish to develop. React is essentially a JavaScript library that allows us to create user interfaces easily by using a syntax called JSX. All right, let's get started and see what we're going to use for this course, which is basically Learner Pack, an app I work on and absolutely love because it lets you learn at your own pace. You work independently without the need for anyone alongside you. Plus, if you're a 4Geek student, you have an integrated AI tutor. So, let's begin. I'll show you how Learner Pack works and how this course is integrated with it. All right, you're seeing my screen here. This is the first thing you see when you open the code space. Learner Pack here is telling you that an external link can be opened, and if you do so, you're probably going to see this video. In fact, I'm updating it, which is why another video is being opened in this case. But anyway, notice here on the left, we have the various exercises, the different files in this repository, in this React course. Each of these folders matching the exercise names basically contains the necessary files for the project to work in each tutorial. The first thing we have is this welcome here, which is just a welcome message. So let's learn the basic controls of Learner Pack to get you acquainted. The left panel isn't even necessary to keep open, so I'll close it. Perfect. Notice I have a drop down here that lets me change the language. I can set it to Spanish or English as I prefer. All right, perfect. Notice what happens. The first thing we're going to do is hit the next button. We press next and Learner Pack automatically opens the necessary files for us. In this case, it opened a file within the first exercise, which is this hello world here. When Learner Pack opens a file, it generally means you need to edit it. And if we read the instruction, it tells us what to do. Instructions are always very clear, so you can read them in detail and follow them without any issues. Occasionally, you may also see external links that you can open to read more about the reference documentation because it's really helpful for understanding the exercises better. Okay, before we dive into the exercises, let's explain the other buttons on Learner Pack. Another important button on Learner Pack is the Run button. When we click Run, in this case, since it's a React tutorial, Learner Pack will basically create a website from the code you have here. If I change this, for example, and put here, let's say, my name, put Charlie, hit Run again, Learner Pack regenerates the website. But something has changed because I changed the code. That way you can see how your code evolves over time as well. Perfect. Another button we're interested in here is the Run Test button. What happens with the Run Test button? The Run Test button essentially tests whether our code is correct or not. In this case, our code isn't correct because I didn't follow the instructions exactly. So what happens? I'm going to paste the code that the test is telling us here, which is the one that should be there. The instruction has it, of course. And now, let's run the Run Test button again to see what happens. Notice, now the test passed without issues because I followed the instructions to the letter. Another button of interest in this Get Feedback dropdown is the video tutorial one. If you click there, Learner Pack will prompt you to open an external website to watch a video tutorial for this specific exercise. Another interesting button is this About Learner Pack and Learn Why, which will basically teach you the basic controls of Learner Pack and information on why continuous feedback is important. Another interesting button is this Login to use AI feedback. If you're students of 4Geeks, you can enter your credentials here, hit submit, and basically have an integrated AI tutor to which you can ask questions. It will test your code and provide help so you can complete the exercise. It won't give you the answer, but it will guide you so you can find it on your own. That's the cool thing about the Learner Pack Tutor. Alright, what happens if you hit the reset button? The reset button resets the exercise to the initial state. Also, we have another little button in the top right corner that allows you to view the other exercises in this tutorial and shows the ones you've already solved by turning green once you've resolved a test. Here you have a button where you can report a bug, which I hope there are none since we're always testing continuously. But you can report a bug if you encounter one, and clicking it will basically open an issue on GitHub. Everything is super easy for you to use in a very intuitive way. The important thing is to read the instructions clearly, review the links we're leaving in the exercise descriptions, and of course, watch the tutorials if you wish for more information. Ask the tutor if you're 4Geek students. Hit the Run Test button often to get feedback about your code, to know if you're doing it right, and press the Run button to see what your website looks like. Perfect. That's all. Those are basically the basic controls of Learner Pack, and I hope you enjoy this React course. Alright, see you then in the next exercise.